Why can't Christian teens see God's promises in modern life? Imagine walking through a busy city street and trying to find a familiar landmark. Sometimes, amidst all the noise and movement, it's hard to see what's right in front of you. That's how many Christian teens feel when they try to see God's promises today. They know the promises are there, but something makes them hard to notice or believe in. One big reason is the culture around them. Many teens grow up in environments where Christian beliefs are not the norm. Schools, friends, and social media often promote ideas that clash with what the Bible teaches. When teens hear messages that say they should look out for themselves or chase after worldly success, it can be tough to remember God's promises of love, peace, and purpose. Sometimes, expressing faith can even lead to judgment or teasing, making it easier to hide their beliefs instead of living out God's promises openly. Social media and technology also play a role. Teens spend hours scrolling through feeds filled with images and messages that can be confusing or conflicting. They see lifestyles that seem perfect or carefree, which can make God's promises of hope and eternal life feel distant or unimportant. The quick entertainment and constant notifications distract them from quiet moments with God, where they might feel His promises more clearly. During adolescence, teens are figuring out who they are. This process can bring questions and doubts about their faith. Without strong guidance, they might wonder if God's promises really apply to them or if they are just words from the past. The desire to fit in with friends and be accepted can push them away from trusting God's plans and promises for their lives. Media and entertainment often show behaviors and values that go against biblical teachings. For example, movies and shows might normalize casual attitudes toward relationships or morality. When teens see these messages repeatedly, they might start to question whether God's promises about morality and purpose are still relevant or realistic in their world. Despite these challenges, many Christian teens still want to grow in their faith. They are curious about Jesus and want to understand God's promises better. Learning to use discernment, judging what aligns with their faith, can help them navigate confusing messages. Support from family, church, and friends is key. When teens have safe spaces to ask questions and share doubts, they can see God's promises more clearly. Building a Christ-centered identity is also helpful. When teens understand that their worth comes from God's love, not societal approval, it becomes easier to trust His promises. Regular prayer, reading the Bible, and talking about faith with others strengthen their connection to God's words. Parents, youth leaders, and churches can guide teens by creating environments where they feel valued and supported in their spiritual journey. In the end, teens might find it hard to see God's promises in modern life because of the influences around them. But with intentional effort, spiritual practices, and community support, they can begin to notice and believe in the hope and assurance that God's promises offer. It's about helping them see that even in a busy, noisy world, God's promises are still true and waiting to be discovered.